Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations. Welcome to my latest episode of my weekly spiel. I would like to say a very special hello and thank you to my friends out in Halifax. I've never met you guys, but you rock. It is an honor to be recognized. And the challenge is to stay humble about this. I'm having a very exciting time trying to process all this. Very excited, very thankful. And today is Monday the 20th. It's Paul Stanley's birthday. Yay! It's also another day I shall not mention. Boo. And the anniversary of yet another day I guess I will mention. The day that Jeanette's father passed away. We went to Niagara Falls because she could not stand the idea of staying home alone. Anyway, I am super excited about going to my support group tomorrow because although the rule says what happens in group stays in group, our topic is create your own culture. I am super excited about this because it sounds like something that's important to me. I will discuss more about this. I'm toying with the idea of creating a Facebook group by that name. For me, culture has always been about my art and about the values I grew up with and what things I've learned and wisdom to share with others. And we're just gonna brainstorm a whole bunch of ideas. Right now we are in my office. I'm actually working on a collage. I'll take you out here to the dining room. I'm painting the background. The theme is creating your own culture, so I won't hesitate to publish it when I'm done. Right now I'm just working on the background. I'm going to incorporate this Halifax Trivia Pub Trivia logo in my masterpiece, and a lot of pictures of my favorite things and places and stuff over the years. One thing about culture is my mom was Dutch, so I have my happy little Dutch corner in the kitchen. Can you see the windmill and the wooden shoes? And my parents were always very creative and artistic. I come from a talented family, and I'm proud of that. This is the wood carving, this yellow rose that my Uncle Jack made. He got into wood carving towards the end of his life, and he made this. And I've probably shown you these before. That's my parents' house in Bobcaygeon. It never quite felt like home to me because I was pretty much grown up by then, and I moved to Lindsay, where I had my own apartment for a few years. And then Jeanette and I moved to Toronto, actually I used to live in Toronto until when I was a kid. My parents and I I was born in Scarborough. We lived there for the first 3 years of my life, and then we moved to Forest Manor, where we lived until my dad retired and I graduated from high school. And we bought the Bobcaygeon house when I was in grade 9, just after my friend Della moved to England. And it used to be our cottage for weekends and vacations, and we moved into there for good in 1983, and then I went to college in Peterborough, and that's where I met Jeanette, and we've been friends ever since. We met standing next to each other in line, and we decided to share a locker, and we've shared so much more ever since. And I failed miserably in college. I flunked out real bad. The class was called Creative Art Administration, but there was really nothing creative or artsy about it, and I bombed tremendously at accounting. It sucked. I was horrified. I hated accounting because I hated math in school. I got the grade 10 basic math. I finally graduated with a credit with that, because they used examples that I could relate to. There was a chapter about the fairground and talking about circumference and how many miles so-and-so would travel if they rode, if Arnold, Blaine, and Constance were each riding a carousel horse in the middle, second, and outside row, or the inside row, how far, and the circumference of a circle is this far, how many kilometers it, I wouldn't know now, but math was actually fun in my last year of high school, but I was glad to be over with it, and then I get accounting thrown in my lap. I still can't tell the difference between a debit and a credit. And go figure, Carrie's place offered me a job and it was accounting, so screw it, I can't, accounting is so not me. Most things aren't me. I am self-employed and mostly making stuff that I sell, selling stuff that I make. It's been a dry spell, but the tide has come in, and I got something really cool to show you. Where did I put it? Well, this is our living room art gallery. There's wedding pictures, honeymoon pictures, pictures of various Niagara trips. There's my husband and me, and there's Jeanette celebrating her 40th birthday. Pictures from my 40th birthday at Port Dalhousie. You can't really see it too well. And this painting came from the African store that used to be before it was the Carlton Card store. I got this Gene Simmons thing last time I was at Niagara. And go figure, this picture was found out by the dumpster. Dave saw it, but he didn't pick it up because he had his hands full. My friend Jan came to visit. She picked it up and brought it in. I bought this Alice Cooper picture for Dave when I was in Finland Falls back in June. I gave that to him for his birthday. He actually found this gorgeous picture of the fish in our laundry room downstairs. And then there's this Pink Floyd poster with a whole lot of stuff going on. He gave that to me for Valentine's Day last year, and it took several months before I finally got it framed. This is my Disney paint by number with Mickey and Minnie and the boat and the castle in the distance. It's messy and imperfect, but it looks great from a distance. I had a lot of fun doing that. And this was a wedding present, the canvas with the printed stitching on it. I embroidered it and got that frame. I bought all these 3 frames at the same time at Michael's. And this is, my friend Laura sent me this thing with the mushrooms and ladybugs and stuff like that. I'm into mushrooms. These, I think Jeanette gave me both of those. The couch is right now piled with various random crap. But this is going to hang in the bathroom. This is going to go, I'll show you where. Right here above these 2 surfboards. I have to get the hammer out of the toolbox, but I'll get around to that one of these hours. I like it, and Jeanette was saying it reminds her of the idea that I have for my next tattoo. Actually, I'm going to go with this design rather than the poor forlorn beached rowboat on the shore with the phrase, "The tide always comes back." I got this in Myrtle Beach, but the picture below that was another one of my finds from the laundry room. I think it is in Australia. And, of course, who can forget my collection of rubber duckies? These are my holy grail, my Jean, Paul, Peter, and Ace, my Kiss rubber duckies. I got those in the comic book store downtown. And more duckies here, more duckies there. I got this print when Jeanette and I were in San Francisco at the Psychedelic Art Gallery. I think it was $25 and you get a free t-shirt. That was a good deal. And I have had this Snoopy thing as long as I can remember, since I was maybe about 8 or even younger. I don't remember where it came from. It might have been in my Christmas stocking. I made this years ago before Jeanette and I went to Myrtle Beach. A friend of mine, Melinda, years ago sent me this unicorn mirror. I've had that for years. This has been a part of my life one way or another. I have the Niagara Falls Skylon poster. It was actually a pamphlet that unfolded into a poster. And for years it always hung in the bathroom back in my old apartment in Lindsay, and then at 80 Mintwood, and then at Ruth's. And then this isn't the original. I was walking to work one day and I found this copy, and it's laminated. And I didn't need to frame it because it'll attach to the wall with push pins. More signs from Myrtle Beach. Dave found this at the thrift shop. And it is, he knows I like to take a lot of baths. Fresh 10 cents, use 1 cent. More duckies. Jeanette and I each bought one of those boats at Michael's. Or actually, she bought it for me and I paid her back because it was on sale for half price the day after I saw it, and she went back there. And I have my Archie comics that I read in the tub. That keeps me grounded. That's my happy place on a busy day when I need to unwind. Anyway, I guess that is it for now. I have here my logos for the trivia thing, and I will eventually loaderize this miniature version of the logo on my stitch journal. These are my previous stitch journals. All that detail, a lot of stuff going on. That's how I chronicled my first 4 months of me and Dave living here at Beacon Arms. We were at the corner of Simcoe and Taunton behind McDonald's. Sometimes the group would have challenges. This is my favorite. I think that's my tent that my parents and I used to camp in when I was a kid. I think the last time we stayed there was 78 when Della came to our trailer with us last summer together before she moved to England. We stayed in the tent. And there's Gumby and Pokey, Jean's Dragon Boots. Ever heard of these guys, Kiddio? November 13th will always be the anniversary of the first day that we met them. And this is the 2022 one. I never finished it, so I had a good excuse. And now I'm making one for 2022. Anyway, I guess I've blathered on long enough. So I will talk to you more as this project unfolds. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.